Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. We have a subscriber game today. We're going to go ahead and play this 1510 here with Londonbridge. Now, he's quite a bit higher rated than I am. And we're probably going to get roughed up pretty good. Hold on. Yeah. Good luck. Yeah, let's just leave it there. So, we're probably going to get slapped around a little bit here. If that's the case, so be it. So let's go ahead and we'll play this. I know a little bit of theory here. Like if he takes, I know that this guy comes out. Okay, so this keeps him from being able to take here. Maybe he plays the knight out. No. But see, now I know that this move targets the center this way, and it hits this pawn. So he has to play this queen move to protect this, or he comes here. But I think you play this and you take, and that's the way that this position is supposed to be played, I think. So if he goes here, I want him to take me. So if he does go here, then I know that this is the move to force that. Okay. So takes... Okay. So if I go here, he's got this. Then I could play here, maybe. I don't want to open his queen up. Now, if he goes here, takes. So he can't push this. So I think I have to play here. Maybe I do this first to keep that pin from happening. Because I would like to win this. Also, he could play here. All right, let's do this. This is the highest rated opponent that I've ever played. So, actually, I played a Grandmaster one time, a long time ago. He was streaming on Twitch, and I got a game in with him. And that dude slapped the shit out of me. So, I don't think this guy's going to play quite at the level that Grandmaster did, but for all intents and purposes, I don't think it really matters much. Because I'm sure he's about to beat the shit out of me. So, here. That hits this. That doesn't work. I'm kind of thinking that he'll do this. But if I get this move in, then the bishop's gone. All right, let's play this to keep him from being able to get this pin. And if he castles long, or I'm sorry, if he castles short, then I'm going to play this move here. He can't play here because I would take. I'm kind of thinking about playing this, but then he could go here. So I think it's best to just leave the tension. I watched a YouTube video yesterday. It was a game that Bobby Fischer played. And he played the King's Indian defense. And I watched a little bit, so I know that this move here just kind of does in the bishop. So let's go ahead and get rid of his bishop. There's nowhere for it to go. So he's got to trade it off. Now, to be fair, he could drop back here, and if I take, he opens up his rook. That's definitely a move. Also, he's got that battery, but there's no pawn here for him to hit. So if I take, I'm probably going to push this to force that battery to go away. But this is going to leave me, unchallenged on the dark square. So I'll have the dark squared bishop. And he's going to end up, I believe, with a slightly worse pawn structure. If he plays that, I still take. I don't think that does much for him. But anyway, I was watching that video about the King's Indian. And I watched, and they had quite a bit of the theory on there, and the way that Bobby Fischer played it. Not that I'm Bobby fucking Fischer, but I'm more like Fisher Price, man. But anyway, he played it incredibly well. And obviously he played it incredibly well. But it looked, the idea is, like locking up the center over here and then trying to push some pawns over here. It looked relatively straightforward. And it does kind of do away with a lot of the problems that I run into. All right, so if I take here, why would he play this? Why does he want now to relieve the tension? Well, if I took this way, then he's got an escape square for his bishop. That's for one. So if I go here, he still doesn't have an escape square for the bishop. The knight comes in. I could still take. If I go here, he could play this. Then I go here. He takes. That doesn't work. So I think it has to be this. Now he still doesn't have anywhere to go with the bishop except back. I can't draw arrows for nothing. Anyway, on with the Bobby Fischer story. He played it really well, and it looked kind of intuitive. It looked fairly straightforward. And I'm thinking about really looking into that as something to play against, 1d4 versus playing just kind of what I have been, which I play a lot of the Slav. But the problem that I kind of find here is I get this bishop, and it just kind of sucks. The light squared bishop just kind of sucks against, d4. And if you guys have watched any of my videos, I constantly get in trouble over here with this queen move coming down and attacking like this. I constantly do it. So if I played over here and played the King's Indian, maybe I won't run into as much trouble with that setup. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of the logic. Also, if he drops back and I take and he goes here, I could play this. Obviously, I need to get castled. So if I take and he takes, I'm going to pick up that bishop while I have the chance. Now, do I take and allow him this pawn? If I played here, that kind of forces him to take. Well, then he could play that, right? I'm going to get my king out of the center of the board. I feel like that's the wise thing to do here. And I'm going to try to start adding some pressure to this guy. This bishop is wait. He can't add a... Hold on. Yeah, but that would break up my battery, wouldn't it? Yeah, so if he plays here... I don't gain anything from that. So I think this and this. If I played here, he gets this square. Well, he's building a lot of pressure, isn't he? Here, here. That alleviates all the pressure, though, off of this. If I played this, takes, 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 if I go here, then he could just defend the shit out of that. So that doesn't seem ideal. Is this the move? Just grab some space? I'd love to break that battery up. This is the thing, though. If I go here, he's just going to stick this guy in here and ruin my life. So I don't particularly care for that. If I trade off, he just gets to come back. If I add pressure like this, I would have 3 attackers, but then he could slide over and he's got 3 defenders. So in that case, it would be takes, 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 and then I can't do anything else. So I don't love that either. If I play here, takes and takes, takes and takes, that does centralize the bishop, but does that really help me? Here, if he does that, then this thing kind of becomes a liability, doesn't it? Huh. I kind of feel like this move, so I could maybe start moving some of this stuff over here. Alright, is it this move or this move? Or bishop to d6. Let's put bishop to d6. I know that he's going to want to come here. I don't really want to fix his pawn structure for him. But with that said, if I play here, I could put pressure back on this and maybe, because it does force him to do this. And if I lined up here, maybe I could do something, you know, try to get some of these pawns started going forward. And it also alleviates the bishop from having to protect this square here. So if the queen's here, I'm free to kind of do this and this, something like that. Bring the bishop out, get him into the game, connect the rooks. And then if he tries to come in like this, the queen's already here and could pick him up. So it keeps him out of there. Because right now, he's guarding the only square that my bishop can go to. So, yeah. So here, 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 something like this. Is my camera like shining over my head? Oh, God. The way it's sitting. Let's fix that a little bit. How do we look? Beautiful. We're beautiful. All right. Yeah, so there comes the rook. All right, let's go here. Now, I do kind of feel like this kind of pins this guy, because if this were to move... See, look at all this damn pressure, man. Look at this. I'd love to break this battery up. But of course, now if the queen was in the front, then it would be a problem. Fortunately, the queen is not in front. So it's not, you know, we're not about to get checkmated here. Should I do that, actually? Maybe something like this? Nah, I think that's stupid. Be cool to add another attacker to that dude, but I don't think that I have a way. But he's got to defend it, you know, with all this stuff now. So if I could get this piece or this piece out of the way, then he's going to have a problem. I can't, however, play this because that's fucking brutal. Actually, if I go here, if he took and I took, well, but I really don't want that knight coming into here either. Huh. Man, I swear, I've not talked to anybody all morning long, and I get on here and my phone's going crazy. So he's going to double his rooks. Okay. So here, 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 and then I can't recapture. There's nothing that's undefended in this position. If I played this, takes, takes, takes. No, that doesn't work because my... No, wait. Here, takes, back, doesn't work. If I go here, I think he's going to play this. I could go back here, because then if the rook comes around, I'll take the pawn. I just don't see a good way to alleviate this pressure. Takes, and I don't want to give away. If I played here and here, I could do this and get that bishop out of there that way. if he were to take me, then the knight could come in. So here, and then here. Let's do that. I'll play here, and then I'll try to get my bishop out and just try to get some of these pieces, I guess, off the board. I don't know, like, he's building up a monster attack, and I don't, like, what can I do, you know? What could I do about it? My bishop hasn't moved. He's on a terrible diagonal. If I could go here and challenge that bishop, he doesn't have anywhere safe to go on this diagonal. So if I am able to get this and this, I think he's got to trade bishops. And I think that's a win for me, because that leaves me with the only bishop on the board. Be cool if I had some more coffee. Rose. If he played this move, here, so let's say he played that. Takes, and then I could play here. Defended by the knight. Forcing this guy, well, I guess he could go here. But if he did that, then I could play this and pressure the diagonal this way. Actually, hold on. If I played here, takes, this kind of looks like the Taimanev Sicilian that I looked at. So if I could get this move, takes and takes. Well, then he guards that square, though, doesn't he? So then takes and takes, then this move. Yeah, but then he could do that, right? Then he could play that. But if he flinches first and gives me this, then this doesn't work anymore, and then I have this battery in place. So maybe I could get lucky and get something like that, but I don't think I want to trade this bishop. I think I could put pressure on him myself. Also, time is definitely an issue now. His time is down under 4 minutes, and if we simplify the game, I think this guy's probably just a better endgame player than me, and in a simplified position, I think he would steamroll me. So I think the more pieces that we keep on the board here, because I'm up by what, 3-4 minutes? 3.5 minutes? So if I could keep this complicated and keep my time advantage, maybe I could cause this guy to get into some time trouble and make a mistake, an uncharacteristic mistake. I'm not really one to get terribly excited about trying to beat somebody on time, but if I can, I certainly wouldn't snub my nose at it. Especially considering how much higher rated this guy is than me. This is, what, 1,400, 17, so he's 325 roughly points higher than me. So he's definitely a better player than me. So if I played over, why did he do this? Why would he play that? Well, I have only one legal move, so we might as well play it and figure it out together. It's a little bit scary having that bishop down there. Yikes. If I took that, what's the idea here? Oh, here, and then he gets the discovered attack, right? So if I played here, he could come in like this. So again, I don't want to play that. I don't want to play that. Definitely don't want to play that. So here takes, because this is the idea right here. He wants to sack this guy. So here, then he comes around, and then I have no way of getting him out of my ass up there. So if I play this and he takes, then maybe I could do this, and now I've got some pressure of my own. So here, 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 and then I would play this. So if he captured me, then this is hanging. All right, hold on. Here he could do that, and that's just fucked. So here and here, he's gonna get that discovery. So there, I'm not gonna take that. Here, here, here. This. Now I'm looking at my own threat. Here, here, here. That's check of my own winning the pawn. I could win this pawn. Here, here, here. Because I'm not going to let him come over here and get the discovered attack. So, because that just destroys me if he gets that. So, this is definitely an aggressive ass move. But if he gives me the chance, I'm going to stick that fucking bishop right in here, I think. Well, no, if I go here and he takes, then the queen comes in, and then this is checkmate, right? Yeah, so I can't play that. If he goes here and here, though, I have my own threat. So this move is a threat on its own. Here and here. So that does win that pawn. And then he can't, I don't think, let me go there. So he's going to have to figure something out, because well, first of all, that's check. How could he stop that? He could play here. Right. But does this not trap the bishop? If I go here, he plays that check. I come back. Yeah, then I'm just fucked after that. So, that definitely traps the bishop and cuts off the queen. So then you've got two pieces hanging. So if I play this, and he retreats, if he took, no. If I play that, now that's hanging and that's hanging, right? No. If I played here, there is no discovery anymore. Well, actually, there is. So, ugh. Now I'm in time trouble, huh? I kind of want to play this. I think this is the best move. Because there's no queen anymore. So if I go here, and I took, so here, and he plays something else. All right, if I took, let's say I took this. Check, I come around, but then what? Here. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, I see. Let's do that. Kick him out. And then maybe I could do this. Because I'm not going to open this up. I'm not going to open this up. Boy, I spent a lot of time there. 3 minutes thinking about that. If he goes here, he can't let me get that move, right? Well, actually, though, if I played this, now he's got that problem. So I think everything has to start going back if I get this move in. What the fuck is that? So here, checkmate. How do I stop that? I don't think I can. This, check, Then he loses that. I think that's the only move I have. He gets that check, but this guy's trapped. Oh, now he's got that, right? What a fucking move. Here. So, here, 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 here. And I'm busted, right? That defends that. That's hanging. Jesus Christ, what a fucking attack. I'll never be 1,700 in my life if this is what you got to do to get there. This is wild. Look at this. Oh. My damn bishop never come off the back rank here. We're goddamn... Hell, we're only 23 moves into the game? Come on, man. 23 moves in. So I guess let's do this. Fucking finally get that off the back rank. And now let's contest this open file a little bit and try to get some pressure of our own on him. So if he took... Christ's sake, buddy. I could play that. All right, so let's say I play here. He goes there. I take. Wait, that doesn't work because he doesn't have this anymore. So let's go here. And then maybe I'll have to play this. But if I have to play that, I have to play that. Whatever. I could drop back and defend it if I have to. Okay. So here. Oh, I went to the wrong square. Oh, my God. I misclicked. Oh, my God. I fucking misclicked. After all of this, I misclicked. Holy shit. Sorry I'm not talking, guys. This is wild. This is absolutely fucking nuts. Here. By God, I'm going to play this, and I'm going to try to fucking shove this forward. That's what I'm going to do. He's got the cannons lined the fuck up, no doubt about it. But, yeah, I'm going to start trying to shove some pawns forward, dude. If he beats me, he beats me. But I'm not going to just sit here and get fucking slapped you know, like this. You know, with no kind of counterplay here. Here, here. Here. All right, don't fucking panic. Don't fucking panic. Play there. You get 10 seconds back, man. You get 10 seconds back. Ah, Bill, you fucking moron. I fucking blundered, dude. Damn it. That looks good, but I don't think I have enough time to capitalize on it. I could go here. Play that. I'm not sure. Okay. If I play here, hitting the queen. Hell, I don't know, guys. What a game. What a game. Slide over, gives up that fork. Oh my God, I lost on time. Ouch. Oh. Oh, that hurts. Oh man, how did we do? I played really well. All right, let's give him a call. Let's go over this together here. How do I call? How do I? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Hello?
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound great.
Yeah, thank you. So, what a game, man. That game got, I said in the video, I was like, all right, I know this guy's a higher rated player than me, but I'm up like 3 minutes on the clock. So, I have to hold on to that time advantage and hope that time pressure gets him. And then I spent 3.5 minutes on the next move, and then it was me in time trouble.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I used to play like that, but then I was like, you know, what's the point in having all this time if I just drop a piece like early on in the game anyway? So
yeah, well, that was a really tough game, man. That was a good one. Let's see what let me see if I can screen share with you.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, I am. Thanks.
All right. So you played the London, and I really all I know is D4, D5. So that's what I'm going with. And I do know a little bit of this theory. So this is all kind of, you know, theory here. And then I go here. We're out of book, but the point is, I'm sure you've seen this before, is I'm trying to get, you know, over here and attack this pawn.
Yeah, no, I agree. I play the London like pretty exclusively for white. And this is the thing I hate to see the most, basically. So I think this is a good line to keep going with if I were you.
Well,
it was.
Go ahead.
I thought you played especially well in the opening. It was really tough to get any sort of advantage out of it for me. So I think we were basically about even out of the opening.
Well,
so I think you played that really well.
The thing about the opening is there's a right response. And if you've studied the opening, you know, then you should, know what you're doing. Where I struggle is once I'm out of book and I don't know, what the next move is supposed to be, then I run into trouble. So, and I played the London before I started playing E4. I play E4 pretty much exclusively now, but I played the London and I've seen this a lot. So I'm relatively familiar with this position. But we play this and you come around, and I was actually hoping that you would play to queen to B3. But the problem also that I get here is my bishop was just god-awful until the end of the game. So it took me until the very end to get anything with this light-squared bishop. So
yeah. Well, you're basically, at this point, you're basically playing a French defense.
Yeah, I really am, yeah. Yeah.
And that comes with the territory, man. That light square bishop is going to be awful.
Yeah.
I know. I play the French defense for black, and so my bishop is awful.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
You play the French?
Against E4, yeah.
Yeah. See, I started playing the French when I very first started playing. So I learned how to play a long, long time ago. But I knew how the pieces moved, but I didn't know anything about anything. So up until like a year and a half ago, my first move was always like A4, and I'm going to get that rook out,
yeah.
So when I first started learning, and I'm like, okay, that's a stupid move. I'm like, well, what should I play as black? And then I found the French defense, and I'm like, well, this looks easy enough. But I was never good at it. So I'm a little bit familiar with it, the structure particularly, because it's the Caro Kann with a bad bishop, really. But
right.
I struggle trying to get the bishop into the game.
Well, the Caro Kann is a French, and you have a better bishop, but you're a tempo down because you have to play C6 and then C5.
That's true. But at least your bishop, because my rooks weren't connected and my bishop couldn't move. And, like, every move that you played, I'm like, God, like, this guy, you're just, like, there's no, when I play people at 1300, like, they'll play a move, and I'm like, I know that's not the move. Like, that's not really a good move. I don't know how to punish it, but I know that this ain't good. But, like, when you were playing, like, everything that you've done, like, I could feel, like, there's pressure mounting. And when you brought that knight down to, like, you hit me with that check with the bishop. Well, we'll get to that. So
let's do it when we get there.
Yeah. So I play this because I know that I'm going to try to get your bishop off the board. And if you if you castle queenside, then you could drop the bishop back to G3, and I don't want to go here and then open this rook against because I know that I want to castle kingside. So I'm just kind of keeping you from getting this pin. You bring this out. Go ahead.
So back on H6. I was a little confused to see that. I understand it now that you explained it, but to me, usually H6 is played when I would think it'd be more if your queen was still sitting on D8, for example, because then it's really annoying to have a pin on your knight like that.
Yeah.
But I just think the next time I would, especially pawn moves around you because your king can't go to the queen side. There's no way. It's way too open over there now.
Right.
So I would be really cautious about pawn moves, especially around where my king's going to be, unless you need to do it. So I would just maybe in this position, unless I'm putting a lot of pressure on your knight, but your knight can move because it's not going to be pinned to anything. So I would maybe next time. I don't think H6 was necessarily a bad move. I would just I'd be real careful about moving pawns, especially where my king's going to go to.
Yeah,
because pawns can never move back.
I always say when I think about making those moves with the pawn moves around the king, I always say if you don't make me play it, I'm not going to play it because I want to keep them because they don't go back. So if you push a pawn and then the position later you didn't have to do it, well now you can start attacking that hook. So I am really cautious about it. But in the London recently, I've really started to appreciate the bishop pair. And I know that if you castle kingside, I could play this and win the bishop. Whereas if I played this without that pawn there, well, now you could just go here and save the bishop. So that was the logic behind the move. I guess it isn't the best move, but in my mind, I'm like, well, maybe I could win this bishop and then have the bishop pair. So that was the logic.
No, it wasn't bad. I would just I'll just be careful about moves around where your king's going to be.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it definitely is. Not. Well, it says that it's not the best move. What is best here? What?
It just wants you to go for that bishop right away, I think.
Yeah, but what if you go here? Oh, well, then you go here. And then my king side just sucked. Stockfish, like Stockfish tells you, like, if you look at a chess book or any grandmaster video, they're like, move every piece one time in the opening, everybody gets a turn. And Stockfish is like, sacrifice 3 pawns, put the move the queen 4 times. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So we played here, and then I brought the bishop out. Let's see what's best here. Develop that. Well, I wanted to get castled. It's not a huge difference, I guess, but I did.
Yeah.
I did want to get castled. All right, so you castle here, and now I go for So now it likes the. Oh, so this move here kind of confused me. What were you thinking with this?
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking is it's better for me now to take with the C pawn because you've taken the time to move your bishop.
Yeah.
So like before, if I just take your pawn on C5 before you develop your bishop, you're just going to take it back with the bishop anyway. So now that you've taken the time to put your bishop on E7, it's better for me to take this.
Yeah.
But the problem I was running into is like, I decided that was best because if you take, you look like you're trying to take my bishop with your knight.
Mm-hmm.
And if I just, if I just like in between move where I threaten you basically have to take the pawn back now. You don't really have a choice because your queen's under attack.
Right.
The problem is like, if you take my bishop with your knight and then if I don't take this way, let's say, if you do instead, knight takes the bishop and I allow that and I take back with my pawn. If I let you with your C pawn to take my D pawn, I'm going to have to take back with my C pawn, and then it's really awkward for me because I have a really awkward pawn on D4 that's going to be very hard to defend. So I wanted to get rid of that before you got the opportunity to take my bishop off the board.
That's why you're 1700 and I'm not. That's clever. That's clever. I wouldn't have thought about that. So,
yeah. So
I was worried because I'm thinking that you're taking here and like I take with the queen, and then maybe you can come around to to C7 or something, and and I'm starting to kind of worry. I'm like, man, I'm going to end up losing the bishop here myself. So that move I understand. Like I've seen it, like people at the higher levels play that like in the Queen's Gambit, where they're like, I'm going to take this pawn, but I'm going to wait until he moves his bishop, and then I win a tempo. So
right.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the idea, but I was really worried here if I took, maybe you could play pawn to B4. And then I go back, and then you can start like kind of pushing your pawn, start causing me some trouble. So this move, it's clever. What did they say was best here? Take with the queen. Yeah, I don't like that.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
See, in this position, because I play the London a lot, like it's possible that I play like B4 and chase your bishop, but I'll tell you, like from my experience, I usually don't play very much on the queen side in the London. I mean, sometimes it happens, but if you look at like all my pieces are pointed towards the king side. I got like both bishops aimed there, and the knights are like on their way there.
Yeah.
So it's possible that I played B4 and something you want to think about, but really like, at least from my experience, I if it's up to me, I want to be playing on the king side anyway.
Yeah,
when it comes to London.
That's another thing is you have all this pressure here, and I know that it's coming, and I know that like if I could get rid of one of these bishops, at least then I have uncontested control of the dark squares. So that's really and going back to that pawn move, like I really wanted to alleviate and take some of this attack and power away from you, and that's but let's see here, how do I get out of this?
I think you hit the underneath. There you go.
Yeah. So okay. So here is okay. So I get that piece. You recapture, and I castle. What's best here? See, I didn't want to fix your pawn structure. I didn't want to repair your pawn structure.
I think it's just the problem is like if you wait, I get my other knight to F3, and then like that knight, because that knight on E5 is really nasty. You can take it away from me. Like you fix my pawn structure, that's true, but like the problem is if I get to have a knight just live on E5 forever, it's gonna be really difficult. Like your knight on C6 is not gonna be as good as my knight on E5, especially because I'm gonna have more space.
Yeah.
So if you can trade off pieces, especially because you're not like in this position, you're not down material or anything. I think that's why I wanted you to just take it off now, because if I if I get the opportunity, I'm going to play knight to f3, and then I can replace it with the knight. And you still have the problem with the knight on e5.
And that knight, I wanted to push it out with f6, but I knew that your knight could jump to g6, and then it's just bad news bears for me. So maybe I guess it is best to take here, but I really didn't want to fix that damn pawn structure.
Yeah, it's tough because your light square bishop is in prison, and so like if you open up your light squares, it's going to be really tough for you.
Yeah. So all right, so let's see here. Next. So then you come back around, and now it's just you're just ganging up and really reinforcing this knight here, and I come back. And, I'm thinking, well, I could take. Well, okay, so I'm thinking I could take here and maybe, but once you get these rooks over here and your knight, there's no point in taking now because you're just going to replace the knight anyway. So that knight really was a pain in the ass the entire time. It was brutal.
Yeah, I think it's. I know you tried to get like the bishop activated by like playing b7. It looks like that's what you were trying to do, is have your light square bishop be more useful.
Yeah, I wanted to get the queen down here because right now, I don't want your knight to get in, so I have to get the queen down here to defend d7 so that I could get the bishop to come out and do something other than just sit here and be in the way. So that's what I'm thinking here. But also, I'm adding pressure here, and I think, I'm tying this knight down because of all this pressure against your knight here. If you move one of these pieces, now I could take. So,
Can I just make like a general point about like the pawn structure here? So like, I don't know if you've heard this, because I know like I've watched your videos, and I know like a bunch of like rules of that chess where you like to take open files with your rooks, and you want your bishops on long diagonals and that kind of thing. That all makes sense, right?
Right.
Knights on the 6th rank are really nasty, that kind of a thing. So like one of the like quote unquote rules for chess that I've come across is you basically want to play like around the direction of your pawns. Have you heard that before, or do you know what that means?
Yeah, where they're pointed. So like this way is where my attack should be focused, right?
Yeah. So if I were you, instead of trying to like you want to defend your king, obviously, it's the best of your ability, but at the same point, like if you want to like have a shot at really winning and putting the screws to me, you have all your advantage on the queen side right now, and the reason is your pawns point there in the center, and all your pieces are on the queen side already. So you can like give me a lot of headaches if you like maybe push your A and B pawns and start giving me headaches over there. Because like the trouble you're going to run into is if you just let me all day do my thing, and because I very clearly like throwing all my pieces over on the king side. Mm-hmm. So what I would try to like look at it anyway is I might think about trying to make a play for the queen side and bust things over there. So like I can't just like slowly build up my attack on the king side. Does that make sense to you?
Right. Yeah, it does. And I did think about that. And I wanted to get my queen here and kind of put pressure on this knight and kind of freeze those pieces. And I wanted to get my bishop out because I don't want to start launching everything over here, because right now I can't slide over. Your knight's, taking this and kind of pinning me down. So I wanted to be able to get my, at least get this queen here to defend this square. So then I could get the bishop out of my way, and then maybe I would have something over here. So that's kind of the logic. Because if I just start throwing right now, I feel like if I drop a pawn, maybe I got and then the knight gets in. So that's kind of where I was.
Yeah, I understand that, but I was wondering, because I didn't see this until after I played the rook to e3. But I was wondering here, did you look at all in this position playing knight to b4? Because I thought that would be. Oh no, you can't. Never mind. You can't.
Yeah, I actually did. Yeah, I actually said that in the video. I'm like, what if I go here and he's forced to take or something, And then when I looked at it, I'm like, oh wait, no. So I seen it too, and I start like at one point in the video, I'm talking about it. I'm like, oh shit, I better not do that.
Yeah, that would scare me. I don't think it quite works here.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, because now if the queen was undefended, then it would be different. But where the bishop and queen are paired up, like your pieces are just so active and so good, and I'm just struggling trying to do anything and activate any of these pieces. And really, I should have just taken this knight, and that would have saved me a whole lot of trouble. But so let's see. So I played here. This is inaccurate. What's best? I thought about that move. I did think about this. But I'm like, well, you could just go back, and then I'm kind of wasting time, and I'm alleviating the pressure on this knight.
Yeah.
So that's yeah. So all right. So you played this. Now this move here, really. All right. So I only have one legal move. What was the idea here? Was it doing this what you ultimately did? Is that the idea, to get this discovered check or whatever? If I took or...
that was the general idea, but like I looked at all sorts of. So this is like when I started to like. I looked here for a while, and I think this is where I started running out of time. I figured like I didn't like calculate everything out. I'm just like looking at this position and sort of like once you play more, and I'm sure you've noticed this some, but you'll notice even more when you get like, you know, higher rated and you play more games. It's just like this intuition about like, I got all these pieces pointed at his king side, and like all your pieces are on the queen side, and the light square bishop you have is in prison.
Yeah.
So like, it was just like, it seems like now is like a pretty good time to attack. I wanted to get my bishop there, and then like, I was hoping to rip open that file by like offering my, and I was looking at all sorts of things about like sacrificing my bishop and sacrificing my knight, but I couldn't piece it all together because I was like, at this point I had like 2 minutes left, so I had to do something, you know.
Yeah, well, this scared the shit out of me because I got hit with this, and this wasn't even something I was thinking about, and I'm like, this guy sees something that I don't fucking see, and I'm in a lot of trouble. So yeah.
That's part of the advantage of being on the attack is like you have to make them. You put people under pressure, and they're more likely to make mistakes for sure.
Yeah, well, if you see this, this looks like a fucking Christmas tree all of a sudden. So I definitely, yeah, like so I only have one legal move, and this move right here, I panicked because I'm like, what is happening here? Because I you know, when I see this, I'm like, okay, you know, you've got this here, this here, this here, this here, you know, I'm like, you know, this here, I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
So
it must not actually work. I thought he can't take the knight because then, I mean, I'm gonna have the H file open, and then, you know, I'm gonna move my bishop and you have a discovered check, and my queen's coming in. So I figured there was no way you could actually like take the knight. But it must not work because I thought if you pushed F6, what you like, I worried about F6, but then my other knight comes in, and I think you're just getting mated.
Yeah. So I seen that too. Like, and I said I'd love to play this, or I would love to play this and cut this off, but there's just no way. Yeah, it's just game over if I played that. So, but this is what I seen. So takes. Oh shit! Hold on. Here, and
Yeah.
I can't capture, and
Right.
I can't go here. So, you know, I'm like, what do I?
Right, I'm gonna play bishop to G8 next.
Yeah. So
If you allow me, so
G8.
yeah. So I put bishop to G8 because it's a discovered check, and then if you king takes it, I put my queen on H7, and that's mate.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I seen all like I didn't even see G8. Jesus Christ! I was like, well, it might take him a move or two to get out of the way, but no, you could just go here and go for the throat. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So I have to play G6 here. So okay, here and then here and then.
Yeah. See, this is another thing. I didn't calculate it all the way, but it's like, I guess this is another one was like, I was low enough on time. I didn't calculate. This is like one of those things. I didn't have time to calculate it all, but it's like, I mean, it's got to be good for me if he's like all these pieces next to his king and he doesn't have any of his pieces there.
Yeah, I'm not in a great place, and I did see the danger of this, and you know, so I'm not taking this pawn.
Right.
I'm not taking it. We're not gonna do that. But yeah, so all right, so I played this, and it's a missed opportunity because I could have won the knight. But this is what I was thinking. So well, it kind of played out like that. So I take these pieces here. I have my own threat here now, and this knight is gone without the ability to jump in. So now I'm thinking, well, maybe I could take and play this and come around. So I wanted to get that other piece off, and I want a pawn out of it. That was kind of where I was at with that.
Yeah, no, that's good. You want to trade. I mean, you want to trade attackers for defenders.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're under pressure.
That fucking knight was, But so you come around. Let's see. What do I play? I play this. This is a blunder. Somehow, let's see how this is a. What?
I'm not sure why I would have you tick with the queen.
I don't know. That's
so I didn't see all that. So.
Yeah, no, that was So you come here, and okay, and then I played this. Okay, you take, and what was I supposed to do? Just take the bishop?
I guess so. I was worried about. Well, maybe you're fine because I thought it would be okay for me because I was going to take with the queen.
Yeah, this is.
But then your bishop can come back to g7 and block.
Well, see, this is what worried me here. So if I take here, why can you not just do this?
Because you play bishop g7, I think.
I didn't even see that.
And now, like, everything is, like, just barely holds together.
Oh, my God.
And I'm, like...
So I could have...
I think...
Yeah.
At this point, I was, like, I didn't have any time left, so I was, like, giving up. I'm like, I'm just gonna, like, make sure I think up material by a pawn or... Either up material by a pawn or we're gonna be even here or something like that. And I'm just gonna get out of here, because it's, like... It's more time... This is more delicate than I have time for.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, so, I mean... I ended up trading a rook for 2 pieces, but I could have just won the piece. But I was so scared of this move here. I was horrified of this knight and this queen being right here together. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to get rid of this, man. I don't know what's going to happen after that, but that knight's got to get out of here. So that's how we ended up trading it off. You won the pawn, and I come around to here. So, yeah, here we're doing, I've actually got a minus 3.29, but we're both in just dire straits on time. And after this, it's kind of just us shuffling. I played this. What's best? Going ahead and playing that right now. Yeah, that makes sense. So you come around. DJ, come here, bud. My cat's right in the damn way. So you come around, and you're clearly adding pressure here. So then I have to just go back. What did they say was best? Yeah. I actually tried to play this move later on and accidentally went to fucking D8. Yeah, right here it is. Yeah, I meant to click E8, but I'm in time trouble and I'm panicking. I clicked the wrong square and thought I lost the game. So you come around, and really, at this point, it's really just us kind of shuffling. Look at that. That was clutch. I was worried here, and I'm like, oh no, he's got in, but then I found that. So that was the only good move. And yeah, here, I mean, it's just kind of, that's a blunder.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I did give up that pawn, yeah. And then I
I give it right back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw that, but it's kind of a mess when you get to this low on time, but.
Yeah, I was just holding on, and I mean, it was whatever. But, I mean, that was a really good game, man. Really well played game. And you're a hell of a tough player. 17-28. You're the highest player I've ever played, highest rated player I've ever played, and it definitely showed in this game. Like you're a tough player, man. Really good player.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, that was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, I did too. We'll definitely have to do it again sometime, man. But I guess I'll let you go and everything. But hey, thanks for reaching out, man, and thanks for watching all the videos and everything. And I'll end this call and we can wrap up together after the call's over. But I'll go ahead and end the video. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah. Great. Have a good one.
Hold on just 1 second here, and I'll wrap up and I'll just end the video, and then I'll talk to you, and then we'll wrap. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. If you guys want to get a game in, you can reach out on chess.com or in the comments. We could get a game in or whatever you guys want to do. But if you guys like that, comment, subscribe, all the things. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.